Hi, I'm Abhishek and I'm the founder of Rara. Rara is a platform that lets you easily build games and share them entirely on your phone. Today we're going to try to build a game which is like an auto runner, maybe somewhat similar to what you see in Chrome when you don't have internet connectivity. You have that little dinosaur running forward and avoiding obstacles along the way. Let's get started. The first thing I want to do is I want my character to auto run. So let's just see what the behavior is right now. If I go into the play, you see I have a joystick. I have these two buttons. This one jumps, and this one allows me to run back and forth. Now, of course, I want my character to run forward automatically. So let's just easily create a custom rule on this character. First, I'm going to long press. I don't want to show either the shooting, the attack button. So I'm going to get rid of these two default behaviors. I also want to add in our own jump. Well, actually, I don't want the jump to happen based on this button, but I actually want to happen based on a tap anywhere on the screen. So I'm just going to go to this jump and I'm going to just set the trigger to tap instead. Now when I go back, you'll see the jump button disappeared, but as I hit or tap on the screen, the character still jumps. Now I also want to add our own custom move rule, right? So I don't want this joystick. So I'm going to get rid of this move behavior. Now let's just go in and add a custom rule. So here we go. And I'm going to say that, hey, I want the character to move forward on the x-axis, right? Which is left and right. So very easily, I'm just going to name this rule move. And then I'm going to add in a condition which says, or rather an action, and this action should happen all every time, like continuously. So I'm just not going to add any condition. And all I'm going to say is current instance physics move, and I'm going to just set it to move forward on the x-axis by a certain amount. And let's just say I want it to be a speed of 7 on the x-axis, right? And I'm going to go play. You'll see my character runs and then falls off the level. So just to continue testing it, let's just simply just create a little block over here so my character doesn't fall off. And there we go. Now, now that we have the basic behavior set up where the character is auto running and I can tap to jump, we can go into designing the level the way we want. So very quickly and easily, let's just say I'm creating a larger level. So I'm going to go into paint mode, allows us to quickly create levels. Let's just first put some sort of gap that a character so that the character doesn't fall into it, or rather has to avoid falling into it. And then a couple of gaps here, and you can get as creative with this as you want, right? And then we'll also put some obstacles, like let's just say that we have some perhaps some bombs in the way. So here's one bomb, a couple other here the character must avoid while jumping. And then I can also obviously change the block type to create some varied looks in my level. So I'm just going to go in here, add in some bricks, add a few more bombs. Maybe what we can also do is we can add in a few of these enemies, right? So let's just say that to jump over this. And let's put in a little wandering enemy right over here. So I'm going to choose this one, tap over here. It's going to, let's just see how we can adjust this wandering behavior. So it's going to move back and forth at this certain speed, right? And if we do touch it, let's just say it's instant death. So I'm going to set the damage to 100. And I can also set the damage on all the bombs. And I don't need to set them on each of them individually. I can just set them on one of it and it'll apply to all. So I'm just going to say this damage should also be 100. The other thing I want to make sure that we do is that if I do fall off the level, we also lose. So I can do that very easily by tapping on the character and then adding the drown rule to it. Essentially means once it falls below a certain level, the character, or you lose all your health. So now let's quickly try this out. Go right here, character's jumping. Oh, and there I died. So now, of course, we can like kind of adjust it as we want, right? So the first things that I want to do while I'm still wanting to adjust the view, let me just put this blockade in here. Let's just go and adjust the view. I want a better, larger, wider view of the world. So I'm going to go in and just zoom out a bit so I can see a little bit at least of what's in front of me and react accordingly. Now I'm going to remove that blockade again and very simply go hit play. There we go. Oh, seems like this bomb right there is at a position which makes it really hard to make this jump, right? So I'm just going to long press on it and then just move it a little away. So that makes it so very easy and quick to make changes to your game and see the results in real time. Going back here, well, I fell. So you saw I lost all my life. Looks like I'm not fast enough. Let me give myself a little bit more time by moving this character a little bit back. So it gives me some time to get ready. Here we hop. Ah, still not enough. Maybe what I can do is actually increase my jump height a bit. So it's a little higher. Oh, well, this is giving me a lot of trouble. Let's actually move it a little further back, right over here. I feel these also will give me some issues. I'm going to just preemptively move them a bit. Now let's try this. Yeah, there we go. All right. So now you can obviously go in and you can play around and adjust these bombs to your liking, or create whatever level you want. And if at some stage you want to reach some goal at the end, super easy to add that in, right? So what I can do, and I'll just, for demonstration purposes, because I'm clearly not very good at playing my own game, I'm just going to create the flag much before these bombs, right? So I'm just going to go in and say like, okay, when you have to reach, let's just choose this flag object. I'm going to put this flag in here and say you have to reach this flag to win. Now the way I can do that is I can choose this black box, which is essentially the goal or the game, and I can adjust the goal. I can be like, hey, what do you want to do? You need to reach this flag that we just added. And now very simply when I go to play, hop, hop, and you saw that I won. And that's how you can easily create games, any game you can imagine on your phone. If you want to get access to the app, links are in the description, and don't forget to subscribe.